In London this morning, Queen Elizabeth joined other members of the royal family to give thanks for the life of Prince Philip, who died nearly a year ago. He was 99 at the time. It was the Queen's first public event since testing positive for COVID last month. Now, this service was a larger celebration of Philip's life and legacy after COVID restrictions limited the size of his funeral. Roxana Saberi is outside Westminster Abbey, where the service has just ended. Roxana, good morning to you. So he did have a proper celebration today of his life. That's good.
He did, Gayle. Good morning. Around 1,800 guests were invited here, among them British and international royalty and members of charities the prince supported. But today was not only about the service, it was also about who attended and who didn't. From the hymns to the guests, Prince Philip finally got the service he had planned nearly a year after his death. A celebration of his life and legacy as Britain's longest-serving royal consort, supporting his wife Queen Elizabeth for around 7 decades. After a lot of speculation, she attended. The 95-year-old had cut back on her public appearances since spending a night in the hospital last October and catching COVID last month.
She has mobility issues. Some days are better than others.
Royal correspondent Roya Nikkhah says this was the Queen's most important engagement in perhaps the last decade. Why was it so important for the Queen to be here?
She wanted to be here in order to show her, pay her respects, to pay tribute, and also to thank all the people who've come together to honour him today.
At Prince Philip's funeral last April, pandemic restrictions meant only 30 people were allowed inside. This was his son Prince Andrew's first public appearance since settling a sexual assault case in the U.S., brought by Virginia Giuffre. She had claimed the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein trafficked her to the prince. And while grandson Prince William and wife Kate attended, Prince Harry stayed in the U.S. No longer a working member of the royal family, he's in a legal dispute with the British government over security arrangements for him and his young family when they travel to the U.K. Still, his spokesperson says the prince plans to visit the Queen as soon as possible. And she has yet to meet Harry and Meghan's daughter, Lilibet. She was named after the Queen and born shortly after the death of Prince Philip. Vlad?
Roxana Saberi in London. Thank you, Roxana. It's good to see the Queen.
It's always good to see the Queen, and that she appears to be in good health, and such a lovely turnout in tribute to Philip. You know, the Queen, her Jubilee celebration is coming up, so hopefully Harry, Meghan, and the kids will be able to come then.
Yeah.
I love the word Jubilee, by the way.
It is a great word.
I do too.
One of the great words in the English language.
I like that word too.